instructions. Obey my commands at all time. Touch gloves.
All right, we're set for round one. This is scheduled for 12. It's for the WBC International Super Featherweight Championship of the World. It's at 130 pounds. Manny Pacquiao decked out in the white trunks with all kinds of sponsorship trim, and in the blue trunks with the white trim is Oscar Larios. Larios has got to be careful in the early going because we expect Manny to go right after him. Here we go, round number one. Pacquiao again in white to the right of your screen. Larios goes with the first punch of the fight as he gets that jab out there, and he's got to hold him off with the jab. Remember, anything that Pacquiao does, you'll hear a roar of the crowd. Manny with the chin tucked and his eyes up, hands held high, looking for his opportunity to land his first punch as Larios goes with his first shot of the fight.
Larios will be trying for a right-hand lead on Manny, which he'll have to pop in there because Manny Pacquiao has such a good, strong left hand. He'll try the right-hand lead, double left hook. That will be throughout the course of the fight. But his early modus operandi is to get through these early rounds and try to drag this into late territory.
That's really his only hope with Wayne McCullers, I pointed out. The great fight of it, Wayne didn't possess the punching power that Pacquiao is possessing. So in reality, Larios could throw caution to the wind and just mix it up and hope the better man was standing at the end of those two fights with Wayne, because he couldn't knock him down either. But in this case, he's got to really be cautious, keep the jab in the face of Manny Pacquiao, and make sure he doesn't get clipped like he did in his last fight against Israel Vasquez. But Manny, he'd like to finish it as quick as he can because there's a huge payday looming for him. And that is, of course, in the third fight with Eric Morales, and I'm sure Bob Arum is tuned in today in Las Vegas, and you can be sure his heart is in his mouth, hoping nothing happens to Manny like it was the only thing that could mess up that fight scheduled for the MGM in Las Vegas.
Larios needs to be moving more. He's staying in front of Pacquiao. He needs to be moving side to side so that Pacquiao cannot settle into an attack.
This Pacquiao with an attack, and he's not able to really land anything. And there's no reach advantage, although Larios, who's a bit taller, looks like he has an advantage in reach, but in reality he doesn't. Body shots exchanged by both guys. Manny hasn't been able to land the left-hand power shot, and he'd like to try and get one on the chin before the end of this first round. But there's only 54 seconds to go. Manny cuts him a couple of times with right left hands. That's his powerful shot to the southpaw. And again, you watch Larios work from a distance, and this is the perfect fight for him. By the way, he doesn't even need to win the first 2 or 3 rounds. He's got to survive them and get by them, and then try to outbox Pacquiao in the later rounds in the fight.
He'll be trying to move to his left, which is good, so he gets away from the power shot of the left-handed fighter. Although Pacquiao has talked about this week, he has more power in his right hand now, so let's see if that comes into play during this fight. But Larios has to go to the tip of the line.
Now here they go and mix it up a little bit. It's Manny that dictates that as he goes hunting downstairs. He wants to blast the body. If he can't reach the head, he wants to blast the body. Manny feints, bounces side to side, sets himself up, feints again. And a feint's as good as a light jab, a positioning jab sometimes. Now he rolls the jab out there, slides around, and the bell ends round Philippines. And it's just a little after 11:30 in the morning here on a Sunday, where you're watching across the United States. It's Saturday night, and I hope you're enjoying your Saturday night at home with us. Terrific boxing so far, and this is a strategic match so far. But one punch from Manny can change the course of this momentarily. And you see Larios the left-hand power shot by Larios, by Pacquiao, spun the head of Larios.
And he has some early trouble here in round 2 as the Pac-Man has jumped on him now.
This is the way we expect to see Manny in the first round, but he kind of cruised through the first round, testing his movements and getting his positioning. Larios looked almost awkward, reaching with his right-hand power shot there, and it doesn't do anything to Manny Pacquiao. It doesn't even get positioning for Larios. Manny in front of him now, moving the hands up and down, looking right hand. Manny feints away, spins to his right, and takes it most around the block.
And Larios stood up and took one shot. He has to stand in at some point and try to get Pacquiao to respect him a little. But the key thing for him, keep the movement. When he stopped with the movement, he stopped long enough that Pacquiao nailed him.
They want to stop in front of him. Nice side-to-side movement by Larios, forcing Pacquiao to miss. And there he is, keeping the jab and keeping Manny Pacquiao honest. Remember, Freddie Roach told us that he also possesses power in his right hand now that Larios may not expect, and if he slides around and gets too close without throwing punches, he could be nailed with a right hook, in this case, for the southpaw fighter. When he gets it inside, blast to the body and back upstairs.
Larios gambled from the outside to try and score with his right hand, and that's why he got nailed.
Opening up the ground, too, and he's got Larios reeling a little bit. You see those knees are a little bit jellied in them right now. And you see the legs start to go, and they did start to go. He's not out on his feet, but he's back on his heels a little bit more now, and his legs a little bit heavier. And now the wide stance as he bounces and lands a right hand of his own, but it doesn't hurt Manny Pacquiao.
No, but at least he was able to score with it. He fired it from the right spot. Larios cannot afford to throw a right hand and be short.
Well, that time he wasn't. He got the good looping right hand out there, and he has his legs back again. Good bounce back in the knees. A little bit of jelly in the knees just for a second with Larios. And he's able to weather the storm with 19 seconds to go in the second round. Manny must feel that he can do what he wants. With a left hand. But he's okay. His legs are okay. But Manny's getting more confident as the seconds tick away. We're in the closing seconds of round 2. The bell ends the second round. So Pacquiao turns it up a notch for round 2 and wins it. Points. But the heads are coming together, which I'm glad Bruce indicated that he's on top of that. This is a very good referee, a veteran of over 100 championship fights, as both a referee and a judge. This Larios trying to pick it up and trying to get Pacquiao back on the field. Larios touches him with a left hook. He's on top of him. I don't think he's hurt him, but he's caught him with a good left hook.
He showed up with that left hook, Colonel. He's got a chance here.
He hit him with the right hand, and now Manny's eyes look like, he did catch him with that.
What a chance for Larios.
Straight right hand has Manny Pacquiao back on his heels. Now Manny puts his gloves together as much as say, no, it didn't hurt me, but in fact, he was shaken up by that shot. The opening left hook and then the right hand behind it. Manny's jaw's hanging down a little bit, and he's a little heavy of foot right now.
Well, Larios has been lurking in the weeds here all week, waiting for one chance in this fight. He finally scored with the right hand and the left hook early in this round.
And here comes Manny on the assault now, and he hasn't landed the clean blow in that exchange. But of course, most of the crowd has seen it so far back. Any of these grazing punches or looping shots look like they're hitting, and of course the crowd goes crazy, so don't be fooled by that. Straight right hand again by Larios, almost flush to the chin. So Larios, and as far as his confidence is concerned, where he shook Manny up in the early seconds of this round, has all of his confidence back there.
Yeah, the good right hand there, the left hook, and he showed that he can slug, but he still has to be properly timed as far as taking his chance.
With the hand speed, and now Larios decides to plant, he wants to mix with this guy. This actually is a mistake, but he nailed him with such a good shot, he feels like he can mix with him now, and that might prove to be his downfall. Manny clipped him with a straight right hand, nice left hook. In his case, it's a left cross, a left-hand power shot, and the chant begins Manny, Manny. But again, anytime Manny does anything well, the crowd, they love this guy here. Larios has come to fight. Oh, he got hit with a pretty good right hand that time, and another right on the chin. Larios' legs are still okay, so he's ready to exchange.
But now Manny Pacquiao is moving after he hits Larios, so he is inventing some new angles to come at him with, and that was an effective exchange for Pacquiao.
Looping right hand catches the ear of Pacquiao. Pacquiao again bangs those gloves together as much as to say, come on, let me get this thing going. I want to get this guy out of here. Things aren't going all that well. The front feet get tied up that time, as you see, with the southpaw and a right-handed fighter.
And to tie in with what was being said earlier, now there's a cut opened up around the eye area of Larios. So remember, there was a headbutt in the last round.
But he wasn't cut, so if this is by a glove, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't involve the accidental headbutt. We'll get that ruling from the referee. He got nailed with a good right-hand shot that time. So we have seen flashes of the right hand that Freddie Roach has talked about. So what started out as almost a disaster for Manny turned back around in his